Okay, I think we're back. Let's get you set up. Hopefully people can find us.
It's working.
Okay.
Let me turn the volume up.
Can you hear us now? Hello, hello. Annie Ann said she's here. Can you hear? Where are you? We're here.
All right.
All right, I think we're good.
Can you just sit up here?
Yeah, let's try to set you on the computer, I guess. Goodness sakes alive. Cooper family, how are you guys? I'm so sorry, my arm's in the thing. I can't set this up, babe. Can you get me a book?
Right here. It's this I was talking about.
You'd think we've never done this before, but you know how it goes. We're on the phone, so goodness sakes alive.
We're getting situated though. Thanks for your patience, guys.
Yeah, so
there we go. Hopefully,
that is the Gary's gonna pull up so we can see the comments, but that is the first time we've never done a. Oh, we're going back and forth. But that is the first time we've never done a test run before going live on a device. So we're on my phone now. Hopefully the service is good and clear and all that. The comments are right on top of my face.
just look at the comments.
So yeah, Paula, you're gonna be getting on to me because I'm trying to read and talk. But anyway, guys, we're so sorry about that first one. Gary, we were trying to go on his work computer and he's been taking it back and forth, and apparently something was in the mix.
Yeah, there was just something off. Probably plugging into different audio connections and speakers. But hey, we're there now. So
do the live chat.
Adler's there. We got Moorhead Homestead. Hey, Moorheads.
Moorheads had us out last night and fed us steak and baked potatoes and deviled eggs and corn and homemade bread and chocolate pie, and
it was all kinds of stuff. So good stuff. Thank you guys again for that. That was really good. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys. The kids had a blast playing with your kids, and I'm still full. So Grandma Jay, I think that's who I saw. Been a faithful watcher and commenter. Hello, we're so glad you're here. And the Heathstead, how's it going? Hey guys.
Hey Evans family.
So I typed in that new title real quick. Oh, what was that?
Lucy Key. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy Key. Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah, $20 super chat. Thank you. You do not have to do that. We appreciate it. But I typed in the title real quick, and I did not make sure I spelled things correctly. Come here, sis. So, Mazzy wants to come and say hi.
Hi.
You tell everybody hi. Or what did you want to tell them? Or did you just want to see yourself? If you have been watching us long, she used to be a little bit shy, but she's 7 now, and she's so big, and she loves seeing her name. I see your name. And she loves interacting with you guys. So.
I'm just staring.
You want to sing them a song?
No.
Mazzy has a beautiful, amazing voice, but she gets very embarrassed. Be nice, sissy. Don't do that. That's not nice. And we're going to get her singing lessons if we can get past the shyness, but eventually. Watch what you're kicking, baby. We got stuff kind of set up. But we might be biased, but she has amazing voice, and if I can ever get her on video, I will, so you guys can hear. So
yeah.
We got any questions? I'm so sorry, guys, if we miss questions. Put them in bold. Hopefully we can see them. We had it set up on the computer so we could see things like that, but that did not go as planned. So, all right,
yeah,
sis.
if you do type a question that you really want to answer, just type it in all caps, and Cassie will be able to see it a little easier. So,
hang on a second, sis. Yeah, so I'm getting a text message. Let me make sure. Oh, it says buffering. Here's Ransom. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Mazzy's middle name is May. Somebody just asked Mazzy, what's your middle name? It's M-A-E, Mazzy May.
Yeah, so someone asked prayers for their family.
Paul Wells said, no buffering here.
May.
Okay, careful what you're touching, baby.
Mazzy.
Yeah, that's my drink. Everybody wants to drink my drink. So, yeah, so like I said, if you came on the first one, we didn't do a test. We've been working outside and been super busy. So we just assumed since we did on the computer before, we could do it on the computer again. And that didn't work out so much. So now we're on the phone and...
Yeah, Payne family. I am still working from home some, so I'm working from home most days of the week, and I go into the office one day or sometimes 2 days a week. So I am getting to work from home, so that's good. Ransom, Paula Wells asked how are the cows liking the concrete?
Like concrete.
What did you say was concrete in our house?
And I won't fall over. There's no
Our house won't fall over because it's made of concrete.
I think he said on our last video that our roof was made out of concrete, so our house won't fall over. So we don't have any worries because it's made out of concrete.
And we have a special guest. Hang on, we got to do an intro. We have a special guest tonight.
It's his birthday.
Mazzy. So,
Birthday boy.
we have someone who turned 9 years old today. Come on, special guest. Here, you have to sit on my lap, big boy. No.
So he went to bed an 8-year-old, and he grew a year overnight. He woke up a 9-year-old.
And we're going to have to get this haircut. Our school has a dress code and hair policy, so we told him until it's school time he can grow out the top, but getting close.
Oh, thank you, Douglas Satterley. $30.
Oh. $30 super chat.
$10 for each kid.
Oh, wow. You didn't have to do that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
People are telling you happy birthday.
Lots of birthday wishes, Ranger.
Yeah, so he's 9 years old today. He's a good boy and a good helper on the farm, and we're very proud of him.
Somebody said you're handsome. Are you handsome?
He likes that hair.
He gets a little shy if you tell him he's handsome.
Yeah.
He said, tell him thank you
Thank you.
for the birthday wishes.
All right, kids, you guys want to go watch that movie you put on?
Birthday wish.
Right now they're going through pictures, so you're probably hearing them talk.
Pictures.
So thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes,
Come here,
and we appreciate that.
Well,
We're kind of in a tight spot over
so
here.
you guys want to tell them anything else before we go watch the movie?
Bye bye.
Tell them
We've got
what they need to do if they like our videos.
Give a thumbs up to the notification. Nothing. And grab us.
Yeah.
And nothing.
All right, so kids are gonna head in and watch their movie again that they got going on in there.
Let's
I'm gonna
move
take
on.
my tea back. So
I'm talking
for Ranger's birthday, he requested rolled ice cream. We had never had it before.
delicious.
It was really good, wasn't it, buddy? And he's been wanting to go, and so Mazzy, someone said you got pretty glasses, but he's been wanting to go, and sorry, distracted because they're running all over the place.
Tell them about the rolled ice cream, Ranger.
Yeah, tell them kind of how they do it. You remember?
What is rolled ice cream?
So they pour the batter, and then they crush it up. They put the ingredients on.
Stay in where
They
they can
put
see
the
it.
ingredients on, and then crush it up, and then they crush up a few.
Thank
more
you so much,
times,
Terry.
And then a bunch of more everywhere, and then they flatten it all out, and then they roll it. And then
Yeah,
they
so I
get
actually
tweezers and put them in a cup, and then
tongs, tweezers. But they have this really cold stone, which is going to be in our video tomorrow. But like I've said before, yeah, hit that thumbs up, guys. Hang on, I'm going to make my chair a little higher. I had it set for the other video, but we just roll with the punches around here. All kinds of chaos. So yeah, ice cream sushi. He's been wanting to go there. I videoed it. We'll show you tomorrow. But it's got like the super cold stone they put on there. Cold Stone Creamery. Yeah, this one was called Rolls and something. What was that called? Rolls and Scoops. I don't know.
Rolls and Scoops.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was called Rolls and Scoops, and
And-
it was in downtown Broken Arrow.
Oh, thank you so much. $5 super chat for Ranger's birthday. He will appreciate that. Luann, what did it say?
Luann Bossler.
Yeah.
So Hat Creek Home said it was just kind of like Cold Stone Creamery, I think. It was the same concept.
Yeah.
But it was kind of more
It wasn't
of
like a chain.
It's not a chain. It's more of a small mom and pop business.
Yeah. So Annie M, I was gonna say, I think that's in your hometown. Yeah, I think so. It was in downtown Broken Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So his other request was Cracker Barrel. We have not taken the kids into a restaurant since March or so, so we opted for drive-through
Canes. Canes chicken fingers.
Canes is so good. Their chicken is so good, and their cane sauce. And I'm not a big like toast bread person with my food, but their toast was good.
Oh, Evans, be safe on your ambulance run.
Prayers for whoever you're having to go
Yeah,
help.
prayers for you and whoever you're helping out. So thank you for that.
So the title is now that hopefully you guys found us in Ennis. Hopefully we cut that other one
They
off.
found us. There was 109 people. So.
But I mean, hopefully people aren't still on the other one.
Yeah.
But the title is 2020 Finding the Good, right?
Yes.
Hit that little X and make sure that's what it says.
So yeah, we wanted to. I know a lot of things focus on the negative right now. I mean, everything from what's going on with the virus.
Someone said they've never heard of Canes. It's called Raising Canes. Is it like regional or location?
Raising Canes.
What do you call that?
I think it's kind of a southern restaurant. They have
their sweet tea is amazing.
Their thing is that they hand batter their chicken fingers every single day,
good.
And then they have like a spicy cane sauce that's kind of famous. And it's pretty basic. It's just chicken, French fries, and a garlic toast, and coleslaw, and sweet tea is like their main things. So.
Yeah. We appreciate all you guys that are telling everybody to hit that like button and all that. We appreciate that. 118 people.
Yeah.
I think that's is that the most we've ever had?
Yeah. Thank you, David Clark. We appreciate it.
It's just like mind blowing. David Clark, are you in our area? What did David Clark say?
He said your family is a great example for others. He loves watching us.
Oh, we appreciate it. For some reason, I feel like you're in our area. Someone's having a hard time with the sound. I'm so sorry. Does it sound okay to everybody else? Gary said, go ahead. I interrupt you with Canes.
Oh, you can turn the volume up a little bit here.
Does that have anything to do with it?
It could.
All right, I'm going to turn the volume up on my phone, so my hand's going to be in the camera.
Several people said sounds great, but we're gonna max that volume up.
Max is all the way up.
So sorry if it's a little loud.
Yeah, and sometimes we get comments on our videos that say it's too loud or too quiet. I was playing with the too loud, too quiet thing, and then I had more comments saying it was too quiet. So I've been trying to...
Somebody said sounds great, don't turn it up. So if we're too loud and we're blasting you out, tell us and we'll turn it down. So,
yeah, I talk really loud. But what I've noticed on my phone, if you live on a farm or things like that, I have to take it to the Apple store and get it cleaned out every so often because I can't hear people when I talk. I can't hear things when I listen because it gets so dusty and nasty. And every time the people at the Apple store are like, what do you do for a living? Your phone is like the dirtiest phone I've ever seen. And I'm like, mom life on the farm. So I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go for it.
So I would think we were just talking about 2020 and how there's plenty of negative in the world. So what we wanted to focus on tonight was some of the positive things that we've experienced in 2020. And there's always a cloud, I think, a silver lining to every storm and that type of thing. So I think we just wanted to mainly focus on what we're seeing that's good in the world today.
Yes.
What's happened in our lives.
There's
that's been
so
a
much
positive
good in the world. There's lots of crazy out there, but there always has been. Ransom got his shoes. I'm not sure where he's going. No Canes in New York. Oh man, hopefully it'll come your way. If you're ever traveling, look them up and see where they're at. I'm gonna have to look now and see where all they have them. But what's he needing?
He
wants his house shoes.
He left them in here.
He got new house shoes and they're super comfy and he loves them. So thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes for Ranger. If you're just getting in here, he was in here and then the kids headed on out. So we are on a little cell phone now because the computer didn't work, so we don't have much room. But lots of good in the world. There's lots of bad we can focus on, but we don't want to be a channel that focuses on the bad or the negative, and we want to look for the positive. Also with our small children, Ranger is a worrier. Bad weather? Oh no, I'm so sorry. The weather, Arizona kid, I saw you ask that a while ago. I'm sorry. The weather here is hot. We had days of rains and storms and wind. If you guys saw our last video when Good Grove Almighty came over, we had lots of wind, lots of rain, and it's just super hot and muggy. Yes, Annie, very hot, very humid. Yes. We have been holding on, like in the mornings. This is random, but so is our lives. Hello, Charlotte. In the mornings, we kind of sleep in, and I go out and I check all the animals and I water whatever needs to be watered. But we hold off on our chores till the evening time because it cools off. And I don't know, about 7ish or so, we start going out and doing everything, water everything, feed everything. How often do we water your garden? Hold that thought for a second. Gary's coming back. But we, whoa, Gary about took you all out. But we start doing all of our chores then. And then that's when the kids spend most of their time playing and things outside because it's just so hot. Like the Payne family said, can you read all those comments that you missed while you're gone? Yeah. Like the Payne family said, 15 minutes and you feel like you jumped in a pool and it wasn't a good pool. We are saving going outside doing chores until evening time. So sometimes we don't get to bed till 10, 11, midnight sometimes for Gary and I. So sleep in and then try not to go outside until it cools off. Someone asked how often you water the garden.
Okay, bye, Michelle. She has to run.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So glad you were here, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for popping in.
So we water the garden every other day. Whenever we go like 5+ days without rain, I start watering it every other day. And I try to do that so I don't water as much at a time, but I water every other day.
Hey, we got another TV emergency.
But the garden this year, was you talking about canning, Cassie? Or
I haven't yet.
Okay, so the garden this year is doing awesome. We're our tomato plants are just, I went outside a while ago and they're over my head. So they're pushing 5 foot, 10, 6 foot tall, some of them. We used a lot of mushroom compost this year and we used a lot of rabbit manure. And the rabbit manure is something we've never tried before. So one of those two things is really helping out, and it was making it the tomatoes at least really take off. So we're doing that, and sorry, reading the comments here too. So that's one of the good things that we was going to talk about in 2020 is that we have a lot more time due to having to stay home. We have a lot more time to spend with the family and spend on the garden. So we're getting to, you back?
So Mazzy opened the door and was like, the TV, and she's freaking out. So I went in there, she had turned on YouTube on the TV and was watching us, and she was like, you're on TV. And so it was the funniest thing because she watches our
mind blown.
Yeah, she watches our videos and watches YouTube and stuff, but like she was watching us in here and that just like blew her mind. So so sorry we have to keep leaving, but that's life with kids. And when we started this YouTube thing in January, we said this is going to be about Walker Farm Fam, which includes us and our kids and whatever it is we do. So the kids are a big part of that. So we try not to do a video without them. Every so often, depending on what we're doing, the weather's like.
If we take a trip out of town without them, that's the point of the trip. So they're not on those videos.
If it's super hot and we're building fence or whatever. But if the kids don't want to be on the videos, thank you, Dawn, so much for stopping in. If the kids don't want to be on the videos, then we don't make them. But typically they want to be on them. But when we started this thing, we said, it's going to be our kids. If you just see our faces all the time, we're making it about us. And this is not about us. We did it to make memories so that in 10, 15, 20 years, we can go back and see what we did. And if our kids weren't in that, then people are going to be just staring at us. So with that comes lives that get a little crazy sometimes when the kids constantly need something. But
that's okay.
Life.
That's just fine. So I was just talking about the garden. So I don't know where you got on the positives of 2020.
Not far.
Okay, so so I was just saying that was one of the positives is that we've got to spend more time in the garden and
Yes.
we've been able to water it more consistently because that's one of my problems usually is that I'm not able to water it probably as much as it needs to be. But
Chickasaw Scout, I think that's what it says. Hello.
this year has been a really good year. We've had a lot of early heat and I think that helped the tomatoes out. So
We appreciate that, Lenny. We get so many kind words and nice comments depending on the video and if people are opinion or whatever. 5M Family Farm. Okay, see you guys. So glad you guys were able to come in.
thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. But for the most part, we get really nice, sweet comments, and people are just so kind, and we really appreciate your guys' kind words, and the kids love reading all those comments.
It's really encouraging to us because we the whole point of us having this farm and the whole point of us ever moving onto acreage and having animals and having a garden and all of that is to show our kids that lifestyle. And so as we go through and we show them that lifestyle and we share that with you guys, it's really encouraging to us whenever you
Hey, Lynn.
you share those comments with us because it's something that we've had as
I'm
a goal
Alyssa from Texas.
for a
Hello.
long time. So
Yeah, so we appreciate all those kind words, and there's so many of you that have been with us since January, February, and then there's so many of you that are new, and so we are just appreciate all of you guys that's here, and we want to go over some things in 2020 that we have found the positive in, and just chat with you guys because we haven't done a live in a while. So
we talked about the garden a little bit. We have extra time to spend there. What else you want to go for?
well, if we start out in January, you talk about that at all?
Nope.
People have been telling us for a while that we need to start a YouTube channel on Instagram, that people would message and tell me because I've done Instagram for a while and Instagram has stories. And Brad, hello, thank you for coming over from Dutch. But I always thought nobody wants to watch us. Like, I do 3 to 4 minute Instagram stories and nobody wants to watch us. But we decided to step out of our comfort zone, and Gary really encouraged and said, hey, I think we can do it. Let's try it. If not, we'll have memories for the kids. So
Well, and if not, we can stop doing it just as fast as we started.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to quitting something that I don't like,
Yeah.
unless it's for a point.
Yes, anyway, so January 1st, we put out our first big video. We had done a few sneak peeks, and we thought, our family and friends would be about the only ones that watched it, and it just kind of took off from there, and we really fell in love with doing it. It's never become like a chore or like a job or like draining. It's just been fun. The kids are constantly like, hey, what are we going to video next? Or we come up with ideas on things we're going to do, and we do it together. I think that is what is so helpful and unique about our channel is we both video, we both edit, we both read all the comments and try to respond and things like that. So
Yeah.
that has helped out so much that we're able to do it together.
Hey, Donna. Hey, welcome to the ones that are coming, and bye to the ones that stopped by. We appreciate you stopping by.
We appreciate you guys coming in.
We know there's things that people have going on, especially on a Saturday night. So thanks if you got to stop by for a little bit. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so January was pretty much launching the YouTube channel.
Yeah, so that was a big thing for us. Obviously, we got to meet all of you guys, which is great for us. That's one of our positive things of 2020.
The roof is still in question. The kids aren't allowed to go by the tiny house just yet. Roof could fall off at any point.
Yeah, so we went through January, then February, March, and then the virus came along, and it was just like things that we've never seen before. So
Yeah.
some of the
We had planned a trip though.
yeah, so
prior to.
we had planned a trip to Alaska. We were going to go to Alaska in May of 2020. So we planned that trip, and the it got canceled, obviously. But other things happened that got canceled. Sports got canceled, and school got canceled. So, like, our life, everything was canceled. So, like, 2020 was on, like, somebody hit the pause button
Yeah.
on all the busy things.
And it was like, what do you do now?
Yeah. And so, in that time, we were able to keep going with our family.
Chris, we're going to talk more about the garden in just a second.
Yeah, so we were able to keep going with our family, and that's whenever the slow time allowed us to look at what really mattered, with our life more. So that's another positive.
Yes, Jackie, Hidden Heights hit 30K. I went to school with
I
Rachel
know.
and Kevin, and we're super proud of them and excited for them. That's so cool. They're doing a great job over there.
Yeah, we're just so excited to see all the people that we know, friends that have YouTube channels. Sawyer Ridge is doing great. Obviously,
Yes.
keeping it Dutch, and we can't believe how good Arms Family.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just exploding.
Walking and rolling.
And I mean, it's amazing to see that he was able to take the big step. And we've loved watching his channel even before we had a channel.
Yeah, and then you have people like us that have just recently started, us and Moorhead Homestead and the Payne family, just from
Wow.
around here.
Andy from Singapore. That's
Wow,
awesome.
that's so awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And then we met Chad over at Adler Farms. And Moorhead Upstate. Hey, we were just talking about you, man. And so just those people that kind of started how when we did, before us, after us, or whatever, and they're doing awesome as well. So it's just been a lot of fun. I'm sure I left somebody out, and I'm so sorry, but
Yeah, but it's just amazing to see how some of these local guys that we know have just taken off, and how well they're doing, and how much they get to share now because of that with the world as they continue to
5M was
grow.
in here earlier, and they are doing great as well. There's just a lot of people.
Hey Adler, yep. Like my shirt?
When we were on the computer, we were more up here and you could see our shirts. And then the computer decided to hate us, and we had to go on the phone. And now we're like,
It's technology. That's just life.
yeah. So appreciate the shirts, Chad. All right. So what's the next thing on the list? Or we can answer some questions.
so
They're going so fast, I can't see.
Somebody
them up
from
there.
Anchorage said they hope we get to come up soon. So here is one good thing.
Who was it?
I'll have to look back because I had to scroll back. Anchorage Prepper. He said, "Hope you guys get to come up later." So
Okay. What do you need, baby? Okay. Now Ransom is all crazy about he can see us on TV.
yeah. So Ransom, go in there. Okay, come in here or go in there. One of the two.
Oh, Sissy wants to see you on the TV. Okay.
Okay. So I'll talk about the Anchorage Prepper. So
do you see me?
he said, "Hope we get to come up soon."
See me, Sissy?
If you're just getting in here, the kids just realized they can see us on the TV in the living room.
I can see you on that TV.
Well, you
can
better
see
go
us?
watch me and see what I say about you.
You better go watch. So yeah, when we decided when we decided to he's cracking
Crack
me
it
up.
up.
When we decided that we were going to go to Alaska to visit my college teammate that I played volleyball with in college, I started looking for people in Alaska that maybe we could meet up with and find and get to know. So now we have a little bit more time to do that because we've replanned the trip for 2021. So yeah, Ransom is a funny dude.
So that was one of the good things though about 2020 so far. Our flights to
Hello, Alabama.
Our flights to
Boomer
go
Sooner.
to
Sissy, you
Alaska.
can't hit that, baby.
After I was able to rebook them because I just rebooked our
watching
flights for 2021. So we got rebooked for our flights, and they are $1,000 cheaper than what we paid for them
Hi, Ransom.
when we planned on going in 2020. So
Almost 200 people. Holy cow.
So there's a plus, guys. If you had to cancel your vacation, and you had some flights, go out right now and check the flights for next year, because there's a good chance that you could save some money on rebooking those flights for 2021. Because guys, this whole virus, everything's going to pass at some point. The world's going to keep going, and
Or Jesus is going to come back.
Oh, yeah, but we're going to go on vacation. One way or the other, we are bound and determined to set sail in Anchorage and get in our RV, and it's going to be like Chevy Chase or something. It's
Yeah.
like, we're on vacation and we're going to have fun, kids.
So we're renting an RV for 10 days, 12 days. What is it
yeah,
now?
10 days.
And so we're going to see my friend. She is originally from Brazil. So I can't wait when we get up there and put her on the channel. You guys are going to love her and her sweet family. I assume she's going to let us put her on the channel.
Juju is awesome.
Yeah. So when she came to the United States, we met on our college volleyball team. And her and I just like
I'll check out Simply Living Alaska, Rebecca.
Yeah. And so her and I really hit it off, and she didn't know English. So it was my mission in life to teach her English. Sissy needs to see you again. And so.
Sissy,
Not too loud.
Easy, baby.
I wrote it down. Simply Living Alaska. I'm gonna check them out.
I think I watch them.
Okay.
I know I do. It's just hard to watch everybody all the time, but I know that name. So anyway, we became really good friends. They were in Louisiana for a little bit. She's a physician's assistant. They were in Louisiana. We went and visited them. They came and visited us. Now they're in Alaska, and Gary has tried his best to talk me into moving there and doing what they're doing. I just don't know about it.
All right, Anchorage Prepper, I'm glad to hear that. He said it's the best way to see the state is by RV.
We're so excited.
So
yeah, we're excited about going, and maybe we can meet up with some people, and we're trying to talk them into jumping in the RV with us and traveling, because it can sleep 8 people, and I think they'll be up for it as long as she can get away from work and things.
even if it's for a few days. So
Yeah.
so that's one good thing
Can
about
you shut the door,
another
baby?
good thing about 2020 so far was we saved $1,000 on vacation. And I saw somebody say they can't afford vacation. You know, just try to do something local.
Yeah.
You know, right now your local businesses, they could really use the support
Massachusetts
too.
would be awesome.
And it doesn't cost nearly as much. And we don't go, hey, Sawyer Ridge Farm.
Hey guys, what's up, y'all?
We don't go on a big vacation every year. Like, this is the first big vacation we've
Yeah.
got to go on in probably 7 years since we went on that cruise with our friends.
Yeah. We try to take the kids somewhere little all the time. Like, I mean, we're not, you've seen our kids. We're not going to load up and drive 15 hours somewhere. They're slowly getting older and more mature that we think this will work. And so what we want to do is we want to see all 50 states. So all of you all out there saying, come here, come there, eventually we're going to make it to you, especially with the kids getting bigger and being better travelers. We would love to get a motorhome and just head out and do that.
But first we got to pay our house off.
Yeah. So, well, that's what I was going to say is we are big on Dave Financial Peace, and we are almost completely out of debt. All we got is our house to worry about. And once we do that, we're okay. Gary's been to New York, and he loved it.
It's good to
Okay,
visit.
those are my
I don't
shoes.
think I would live there, but I like going one time to New York City. It was neat.
Okay, hang on, sissy. Last time, okay? Okay, so if you're just getting in, they're watching themselves on the TV. Uh-oh, it's buffering. Is it good for everybody else? You paused us.
Oh. Yep.
Okay,
It looks
so anyway, yeah, so we've got that rescheduled. We left. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut that door for a second.
So we're going to plan on that's our big vacation that was going to be this year, was go to Alaska, jump in an RV. Sorry, buffering here. Hopefully it will get better in just a moment, because it was going really well. So let me know if you can hear me now. All right, is it better now? Paula said it's better here.
Okay, so when Mazzy come in, she bumped the phone a little, so
Okay.
I'm not okay. So it's always hard to tell. So Mazzy bumped it a little bit, and when she come in, and like I said, we're on our phone. So
Prepper, July or possible. So we're going in late May, early June time frame. It'll still be a little bit cooler in Alaska.
thanks, Sawyer Ridge. It's always hard. People say it's buffering and some don't, and we're trying to look on our phone. So we appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
So we were on the computer, and it decided to not have any sound, so now we're on the phone. Is what it is.
So the other things in 2020 that was good is Cassie finally got to check off about 5 things on her list of animals.
Oh, yeah. I was like, where are you going with that?
So what did you get in 2020 so far? This is like within the last 4 months.
So a puppy. I didn't necessarily want just a puppy. I would have taken a grown one, but we used to have a Jack Russell, and so I was on another one. So we got Hank, the farm dog, half Jack Russell, half Border Collie. Border Collie is Gary's favorite. Jack Russell's mine. He was free. How can you pass that up?
Yeah.
A
puppy.
So if you've been watching, he tears stuff up a lot. So then we got, I don't know what order, I can't remember, but then we've got pigs. Start out with one. Can't just have one pig. So we ended up with 4 pigs.
Is your cell phone data on the Wi-Fi? They said you might end that and see if they're competing. Can you do that real quick?
Well, am I going to mess everybody up?
Can you just swipe down?
Oh, that was not good. I don't know.
Okay.
You can unplug the internet and then it won't be competing.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm sorry, guys. We got pigs, and then we got quail. We went and got some quail that were a day old, and sorry, I'm like so sidetracked now because Gary's trying to figure out if the internet's okay. So we got quail. The picture on Craigslist were like up close. I thought these things were going to be like that big. And when we got there, they were like this big. They were tiny. But they've been so fun.
So people are, talking about when we go to Alaska, what we need to see.
Oh, you unplugged the internet and I'm using my cell phone data. I think she was saying turn off your cell phone data and just use your internet.
Yeah, but kids are on the internet.
Yeah.
So that would be competing with them.
Yeah, so anyway, we have loved the quail. And then as you saw, keeping it Dutch. Bye, Rebecca. Thank you so much for coming in. And we've really enjoyed the quail. We butchered 16. And then we have more we need to butcher, but it is so stinking hot. I ain't doing that right now.
And they are so good, though.
They are so good.
I know several people have asked us for more recipes when we cook our quail. We're going to do that next time we cook them. We're going to share a recipe with you that we like. So look forward to that.
Yeah, so 211 people? Are you serious? Sorry. That's mind-blowing. We really appreciate it, guys. When are you firing up the smoker? Well, when it's not 1,000 degrees. So we get 15 to 18 eggs a day from the quail, and we have really enjoyed that. That has been amazing. And then we got the chickens. That was before the quail. Adler Farm came down, and that was Gary bumping it. We traded a rabbit for 5 chickens, right?
Mm-hmm.
2
rabbits for 5 chickens.
Yeah, 3 rabbits. He took 2 does and a buck, right? Anyway.
We traded rabbits for chickens. There was a whole video bartering. So.
Yeah, so we traded rabbits for chickens, and we've traded more since then with him. And then we got, what else did we get? The quail, the puppy.
The pigs.
The pigs.
And
the chickens.
And the chickens. So there's 4 things.
Those are all, well, the quail we had seen people doing, and we thought, I don't know. We're skeptical about it. And I think someone asked if we're selling rabbits.
Yeah, truth be told, we do sell rabbits. And as Cassie mentioned earlier, we have a waiting list. So if you're interested, you can email us at GaryandCassieWalker@gmail.com. Or you can look us up on Instagram and send us a message there.
Yeah, so we got a waiting list going for our, do you sell dressed rabbits?
No, I think that's...
We haven't.
Butchered rabbits.
Oh. So those are all things we were wanting to add. We just hadn't been able to take the time to do all those things. But when life went on pause, like we talked about a while ago, Gary got sent home from work, and they were like, go home and don't do anything. And that meant pretty much we got to live our dream on the farm for about 2 months of just working on the farm and doing stuff. And it was amazing.
And that's the time when I got new strands of fence built that I've been putting off. I got a lot of things done that I just had been putting off.
He made the big
with
pig
cattle.
pen so that we could get pigs.
I made the pig pen.
We were going to get Premier 1 because, we got a meat chicken from Keeping It Dutch. Nice job there. We're going to do the Premier 1 fencing because we just didn't have time to make a pig pen. And then we were able to, and we had all the supplies laying around the farm. We had to get a few extra panels from my dad. And we've just been using what we got around the farm and getting those animals that we've been wanting, just wasn't able to. Someone just said good evening and then it went away. Hello.
Food forest permaculture.
What work do you do, Gary?
So I work for the business unit from Cherokee Nation. So Cherokee Nation Businesses is who I work for. I've worked in online education, managing their.
You started out serving pop.
I started out.
He's moved on up in the world.
I started out in 2000.
Pretty proud of him.
In 2004, so I've been there 16 years, and I've done everything from quality assurance.
Yes, Lindy, we should have made him do that. You should have built the goat pen last night
Yeah, I
when
should
we were
have.
at Moorhead Homestead.
So I've done everything from quality assurance, where I test software, to online education, developing online training, doing online classes, and into compliance. So I do a little bit of everything, but basically,
Whoa, Lindy Moorhead.
we try to make money for the tribe of the Cherokee Nation. That's what we do. We have 7,000
Okay,
employees.
preparing with Nana. I saw I had a notification go up that Good Grub went live. Yeah, go check him out. Support him too. We love his channel, so yeah, check him out. I'm
Good
sure
Grub's
he's
a-
making people laugh over there.
I think he said he was at the racetrack, so that's funny.
Yeah,
He'll go live. He went live in Walmart. He went live
at a baseball game last night.
at a baseball game last night. He'll go live anywhere, and that's what we like about him. It's
Yeah.
always, there's nothing dull about him.
What you see on Good Grub is what you get, and he is that is how he is in real life, and there's no faking to it, and that's what we love about people. We love when people are who they are. So we have a video coming out tomorrow with a friend of ours who came and visited the farm. Who
Jennifer Aiken said he was on, and now he's not on.
Oh.
So
but someone.
sorry, go ahead.
You're fine. If you see a question, answer it. I hate
Rick
when
Bose just said, "Are you Indian?" So yes, I am. I'm Cherokee, not a lot, like 10th, like 10. I'm 10% Cherokee, but I'm Native.
He's enough.
Ranger is, and we're a certified foster home for Cherokee Nation as well, and so that's why and how we were able to foster our other two children, Ransom and Mazzy. They were both
Hey, good old boy.
foster care from Cherokee Nation before we adopted them.
Yeah.
So Cherokee Nation is near and dear to our family's heart. Obviously, it's they've helped us grow our family. We are Cherokee. We recognize the tribal culture, and now we live on a reservation.
I knew it was coming, y'all.
We live on a reservation.
I knew it was coming.
The Cherokee Nation reservation of previously Oklahoma.
Yeah.
We're looking
So-
for a new name. We're thinking about Sequoia.
Can we?
Sorry, I'll stop.
So yeah, Gary. Gary could talk about Cherokee Nation all day, and it's awesome. We are very, very grateful to the Cherokee Nation for all they do in our community, our schools, our healthcare, and things. Which you have to be Cherokee to do that, but they give a lot of money to the local schools. They food banks. Yes, we all live on a reservation now. But Cherokee Nation does so much for the communities around here, and we're just very thankful. We have a whole live on foster care if you want to go check it out.
Yes, Sandra Thomas, Ranger's our biological son. And
Yes.
the other two are our children through adoption.
Yes. So they're fostering and adopting. Indian Child Welfare is set up the best that it can be for what it is, and they do an amazing job at that, and they make sure and fund it and just do the best they can for those kids who are needing families, but also for the parents who just really need help. And that is why we are so passionate about the Reckless Saints of Nowhere. So we're getting off on
That's fine.
in a rabbit hole, but the Reckless Saints of Nowhere, their channel is called The Reckless Life. We've been trying to promote it as much as we can. Good Grub Almighty, that's who he's working for. And Jordan, the founder, and I have been best friends since I don't know when. And so seeing what he came from and where he is now, with the rough spot he went in and how he's come over, out of that, Vanessa, his wife, I coached volleyball and basketball.
Sorry.
I was her coach for a while, and so thank you so much, the Payne family, for tagging that. But we believe in them because we know them. It's not like we just randomly met them on the street one time, and we believe in them because they are helping people who need help and we see the other side of it on the children's aspect, and they see the side on the parents side of it. That makes sense.
Thanks, Grandma Jay. She says that she loves hearing about our heritage. So there are several videos. We've done one where we go through our foster care recertification and we talk about that process.
Oh, the farm on Route 66 you're in, and I believe they said they're adopted too. That is awesome.
Yeah, and somebody said a while ago that they had no idea the younger two of our children were adopted because they look so much like us. And we
in order to get somebody with brown eyes, no.
We absolutely love to hear that. I mean,
Yes.
that kind of stuff just makes our hearts happy because we feel like God put them into our care specifically for us. And I think he was at work before that, and I feel like that's why they look like us. And they
When people approach us and say, I'm thinking about it, I don't know, and I tell them, if God's calling you to do it, you can't say no. But he already knows the child. He's already got the child. And anyway, we can talk about that all day too, but we have a live on that, and you guys can go check that out about our foster care. But it has been a complete blessing to our life, and it makes us happy when people say that, because sometimes foster care and adoption has a bad light. The stuff you see on the news and all that, it's just heartbreaking. So we love to be able to share the positive side of it, and we don't want them walking around with a label, I was adopted, which we tell them that because we don't want it to ever be a shocking thing.
we want it to be a positive thing,
yes.
not only for us but for you guys too.
Yes,
It's a great thing.
But sometimes when people tell me, "Oh, Mazzy looks just like you," which her pictures when I was little and she was little does, and a lot of times I'll say she's adopted, and they'll be like, and I don't say it to like, "Ooh, we adopted her," but I say it because I want people to have a positive reaction and think maybe later on down the road they can be like, "Hey, I met that one family and their kids were sweet and awesome." And so I hate the negative that comes with it, which there is emotional roller coaster, but
Yeah, and it's not something we want to focus on, but it's important at the same time. We want to use our YouTube platform as you'll see in the next year to two as we go through the foster care recertification, and at some point we may even have a foster child here, because as we were saying, we are a certified foster home for Cherokee Nation, and that's why I'm connected to the heritage even more so is because of that. And we got all started off of that because we now live in a reservation.
Yeah, good old boy. You just one more. I'm going to say one more thing about it. He just said something about he was in foster care because no one would adopt him. Gary and I have talked about when the kids are a little older, because we got to think about them first. But when the kids are a little older, we would love to be able to do something for those kids who age out of foster care. And so, good old boy, I'm glad we have been able to meet you through this, because that's something else that's near and dear to our heart. So,
Payne Family said he thinks Cherokee Nation offers DNA service. I don't think it's a DNA service, but I think it's
someone asked how they could find their heritage.
Yeah, it's a heritage search. So, to be a member of the tribe of the Cherokee Nation, there's a Dawes Rolls list, and basically you search your ancestry to go back to.
If your ancestors didn't sign it years ago, you can't get on it.
But that's how they do it. So it's all legal stuff. But so Anchorage Prepper said check out Milepost Magazine for Alaska tips.
Oh,
so I
cool.
just wanted to
Thank
let
you
you
so
know I
much.
saw that comment. I wrote it down. Anchorage Prepper.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how we got off on that rabbit trail, but that's also a good thing of 2020. Oh, the Indian Reservation. His eyes are lighting up again.
Indian Reservation. Supreme Court of the United States of America said that the Congress never disavowed the reservation of the Cherokee Nation, the Choctaw Nation, the Chickasaw Nation, the Creek Nation, and the Seminole Nation, the 5 tribes. Therefore, since they never did dissolve it, then we're still a reservation. So it basically recognized the sovereignty of the tribes, and that's what's really important. It's like, so it
the
may
birthday
not,
boy wants to come in one more time.
It may not seem like a huge deal.
Happy birthday to Ranger. He's 9 today.
But for the tribes it is.
And we got to get this haircut. He runs when I say that. Just kicking it down under. Don't worry about interrupting. That we love to interact with you guys. I wish I could see every comment and talk about every comment, but then I'd be getting in trouble for getting behind.
Dutch addressed this. So if people are in Oklahoma, don't have to worry about that Supreme Court ruling for the tribe. Nobody's going to take your land. All it does is
Little
impacts
Tony, happy birthday.
who has jurisdiction over
He loves that.
over the tribal Indian cases. So now they have stronger control over Indian child welfare, and they have stronger control over court cases.
Yeah, Paula.
I'll quit talking about.
Paula will get me if I start reading all these comments and get behind. So, yeah, and we think it possibly has something to do with land taxes and stuff later.
And for people like me that work for a tribe on
We'll get to the garden.
trust
And
land,
one more sentence, then we're going to talk about the garden.
I might not have to pay state income taxes.
So yeah. Another thing in 2020 is we added the back garden. Did you talk about that?
No. So as I got more time to plant our garden, the land that I prepped and tilled up was completely getting filled. I planted 12 tomato plants, 4 rows of sweet corn. I did about 12 different wicking tubs. So we did tomatoes,
It was our
melons,
first year to ever do wicking tubs.
and we did 16 pepper plants, and a row of onions, carrots, lettuce, eggplant,
Did
and
you say potatoes?
potatoes. We did a row of potatoes. The potatoes did pretty good for the most part. So we did all of those things, and we filled up our garden. And I didn't even plant any of my vining crops yet. So I hadn't planted any watermelons or cantaloupes or anything like that. So having
Sweet potatoes now.
Well, now we have a lot of sweet potatoes, and after I dug up the lettuce and stuff. So being home and the virus allowed us to have extra time. So
Someone asked if you changed the direction. We're doing that next year.
yes, and so that's like lesson learned with the garden. So one thing that we're doing is changing the direction of our rows because it will make the water flow downhill, and the potatoes won't stand in water. One like corner of our garden held water,
Yeah.
and where that happened, the potatoes didn't grow really good. So we learned our lesson there, and we'll change the direction next year.
Yeah. So we added that back garden to put stuff in, and I forget what the guy had a question about the garden. Now that we're talking about the garden, if you have a question about the garden, type it in all caps, and we'll try to answer it. But you talked about how often you water it.
Yeah, and Chris, I'm not saying that we're not in America. I am all American, man. I am proud to live in this country. My father-in-law fought for our freedom.
Yeah, my dad is a Vietnam veteran.
And it's all about the state of Oklahoma recognizing the tribes. More about that than the tribes versus America. The tribe's part of America, and so it is all America. It's just we live in the jurisdiction that we're granted by treaties. So
yeah. So Grandma Jay, I just saw yours pop up on the phone. How much canning have we done? So
0.
Water bath, pickling is what we're doing.
So we haven't canned like pressure canned anything,
Yeah.
but
This is our first year to ever do any type of. I keep saying canning, but Gary reminds me that it's pickling and water bath. And we've always been intimidated by it. We've always had a garden, but just be intimidated by canning, pickling, whatever you want to call it.
And part of it was we didn't have any of the tools. We didn't have the cans, the jars, all of that stuff.
Thank you so much, Food for Permaculture?
Food Forest Permaculture.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, good point, Chris. Good.
So somebody that I met on Instagram, her and I talked back and forth about her starting a YouTube channel, and she did, and it's called Empty Pocket Farms. And she did a video over canning her carrots, and Gary loves canned carrots from like when you go to authentic taco trucks or Mexican restaurants, they put those pickled carrots in with it, and he loves those. And she canned carrots on her YouTube video, and watching her process, I'm sure there's a million canning, pickling, whatever you want to call it, videos out there, but watching her process, and I sent it to Gary, and we were both like, we can do that. So I'm not going to say it's simple and not hard. It's time consuming, and it makes a ginormous mess.
Well, but it's gotten better. Like
Yeah.
the first time I was kind of scattered, and now I know. All right, at this time I'm going to put my temperature on the fire, get the water boiling. Then I'm going to start peeling my vegetables and that kind of
So
thing.
we're hoping to maybe make a video at some point about us doing it now that we're kind of got it down. But we were just intimidated by it, and so one night Gary said he was going to can, and I was busy with the kids giving baths, doing different things, and I go in there and he just had it everywhere and he was rocking it, and I'm like, you go. And then we ate some after they set for 24 hours or whatever, and so he just has continued to do that. I help him, and
So
sorry, a weird stuff keeps popping up every now and then. But he's been doing great. So he's pickled carrots, pickles, okra.
and
I think that's it.
yeah.
But we've tried 3. Good night. Thank you so much for coming in, Lucy. That I think I've told you this, but that's what we call my sister is Lucy. Her name is Lucinda, but we call her Gary calls her Lucy Bell.
Lucy Bell.
So we've tried 3 different ways, and we finally found the one we like best, and so we're gonna stick to that. The brine, is that what it's called?
Yeah, and the only reason I'm not doing pressure canning this year is because I really just want to focus on pickles and maybe some jams and jellies later on in the season. I don't want to overdo it and try to take on too much at once. So I want to really get down the canning of or
Bye,
pickling.
Susan.
I want to
Thank
really
you so much for stopping in.
I want to really get down the pickling part first and then go from there. So we definitely will try canning next year, Paula. I think.
Pressure canning.
Pressure canning, yeah. We'll try canning next
Yeah,
year.
we didn't want to do too much and get overwhelmed, but slow and steady wins the race. Anything else about the garden? Are there any questions about the garden?
Other than that, in the back garden, we got to plant our heirloom seed corn.
Someone blew something up.
So we got.
I might not need a pressure
See, I
canner.
know you blow up the kitchen. We have to have our kitchen. So heirloom seed corn from the Cherokee Nation. It was seed corn that's been passed down generation after generation, and they do a really good job of preserving that. They actually sent it into the seed bank in like Antarctica at this point. So they have like backup, like underground seed bank. It's crazy. Anyway, we planted that in our back garden along with okra and green beans. So I think that kind of sums it up on the garden. We got several quarts of green beans frozen. So that was one way we preserved those. So since we weren't into canning and pressure canning yet, the day we picked them, we'd bring them in, make sure they were all wiped off, and we would cut them into green bean sizes and put them in a Ziploc bag, pull the air out, and put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
So there's more than one way of preserving and doing things. That was just what we did this year.
I saw something pop up that said, and bye, Lindy. Thank you guys so much, or thank you for so much for being here. And yeah, our kids are gonna have a late one tonight. I saw something pop up. Like I said, we're on the phone and I can't see all of them. But someone asked when we adopted and was it at the same time? Mazzy just turned 7 a few weeks ago. We brought her home from the hospital when she was 17 days old, and we fostered her for 2 years to the day before we were able to adopt. And then Ransom will be 4 in September, and we brought him home when he was 8 days old, and we fostered him for 16 months before we were able to adopt him. But a lot of people say, like when they find out we adopted, they assume that Mazzy and Ransom are like bio siblings because they look a lot alike. So it wasn't at the same time, and that's
Bye, Chris.
hopefully answering your question.
Have a good night, Chris.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here. So we got anything else we want to talk about, or?
No, that's a lot of it is, the other thing is we're healthy. So in 2020, despite all the things going on, our family has remained healthy, and we haven't had any kind of real ailments or anything. And so we're really thankful for that, that all of our extended family as well has pretty much remained healthy. So we're blessed. We have some people in our community have been impacted, but for the most part, everybody's good here. So
Yeah, so you want to go into the next one?
No, just the new friends, I think, is the other one. We've made a lot of new friends in 2020. A lot of that due to YouTube. And we've had, man, this is.
Can you guys hear Mazzy singing? Listen, she's singing.
Uh,
She got me.
I knew it!
not too
I
loud.
heard you!
Can you please sing for them?
But
Hang on a second.
But just this week, we had Justin over from More Family,
Yeah.
and then we also had over Good Grub Almighty. So there was 2 new friends that came over this week. We've been to some other YouTubers to meet with them. Sawyer Ridge Farm. They just live like a few miles down the road from us, and we had never met them before. And they've actually, we love watching them on YouTube. We also were able to sell them some rabbits.
Yeah.
And so they came over and picked up some of our silver fox rabbits. So those are just 3 examples of new friends that we met in 2020.
Did you say Adler came here and we went
Oh,
there?
oh, and Adler Farms. There's just so many in the area that we've got to touch base with, whether it's bartering or selling some of our animals.
Yeah, and I think I was talking about Justin a while ago, and then Mazzy walked in and her mind was
Yeah.
blown. She could see us on TV, but
Well, just everybody. I was talking about everybody.
yeah. And what I was gonna say is a while ago, when we were talking about Good Grub being Justin. Did I say Jason?
I don't know. You made
I don't know.
Justin.
Anyway, Good Grub being what he is. And so what we really appreciate is just like when Justin came out, they don't try to play a role. And that's something that we've tried to do, like try to be us, not try to be someone we're not, because you can only fake it so long before people figure it out. And so we just appreciate that about people. So everyone that we've met so far are just true, authentic people, and we're just loving being able to do that.
Yep. Bye,
Thanks so
Randy.
much, Randy.
Yeah, bye, Randy.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
being
stopping
here.
by. And just thank you to everybody for spending the time to get with us. Do you plant a fall garden? So I do plant some vegetables that go into the fall. Our sweet potatoes, I don't know if you consider that a fall garden or not, but I planted them after we pulled the lettuce and
Thank you,
the
truth
carrots.
be told. We try to not, like, be someone we're not.
Yeah.
So, like, we took a lot of grief when we went out and sprayed our thistle out there. We could have easily not shown anybody that, but that's what we do. So we're not going to pretend to be a farm or something that we're not. And so we spray our thistles with chemicals. It's what works best on our farm. It's what our families have done. If it's not for everybody, we understand that. And that's what we love about YouTube is there's a million ways to do stuff. And so it might not be what some people think you should do, but it's worked best for us. We could have easily not shown anybody that and be like, we don't use any chemicals around here. But
Yeah.
we're not going to pretend to be something we're not. So
And thanks, Paula, for taking care of things in the comments.
yeah, I kept seeing some weird stuff. I appreciate that.
Big thank you to all our moderators.
Yes, we
and-
always forget to say that. Thank
but
you so
big
much.
thank you, guys.
I saw that Adler put someone in timeout, I think, and we just appreciate that because if you've been on here, our kids are in the living room watching it, and our family, our nieces and nephews, they follow and watch. Kids from my school, from our church, and so we appreciate you guys doing that for us because we don't need no craziness around here.
Yeah. The other thing that we're planting for the fall was pumpkins. So I planted those in early July, and that's more for fall. Hopefully we'll have some. A puppy dug up a couple of them. He's been doing so much better. Hank has been so much better.
Ranger has worked so hard on taking him out and running the hay bales, if you guys have seen that in our videos, and working with him on the leash. We've got him chew toys. We've got him treats. And he's been doing so much better. But he's a puppy, and he's a hyper puppy. And we knew that when we got him. We've had Border Collies. We've had Jack Russells. And we knew it was going to be hyper. People say, put a fence around that garden. So Gary's had a garden his entire life, and he doesn't put fences around gardens.
I have in the past, so.
So we haven't done that because we'd rather train and teach him, and we knew we needed to train and teach him. And you know, it's discouraging when Gary goes out and sees something dug up. I try to just leave him alone for a second, but at the end of the day, it's just pumpkins.
Yeah. He dug up pumpkins.
Oh, I thought you already said that.
No, I planted 18 pumpkins, and he dug up. I started the plants indoors, and I put 18 pumpkins in the ground. He dug up 10 out of 18, or no, 8 out of 18. I've got 10 left.
Yeah.
So that's.
Oh, the Farm on Route 66. They're doing a live next, I believe. So when you guys get off this one, we'll stay a little bit longer. But when you guys get off, go check them out. They are who won the $100 from Keeping It Dutch. And they are, I should have said this earlier, but lives makes you, and kids make you crazy. They are giving away the $100 again. So I posted it. I talk too fast sometimes when I get all excited. I posted it on our community page. So if you have trouble finding them, one of our moderators, if you guys could maybe link the Farm on Route 66, or you can go over to our community page and go down. They are giving away the $100 again. So they were appreciative and honored that they were able to win the $100 from Keeping It Dutch, but they want to give back, and they want to give it out again to maybe someone who needs it more than them. So go over to their channel. They did a live within the week.
Thanks,
Thank you, Payne family. They did a live and told you how to do that on their YouTube channel, on their Instagram, on their Facebook. So go check that out. And if you missed out on winning it, you got another shot.
Got another shot. And we do.
I'm excited to see who ends up with it.
Somebody on Hank, they said put him in a crate when he's bad. We do. We have been putting him in a crate. So
we should have been doing it more from the beginning.
But we have to catch him when he's doing it. That's the thing is I don't think,
he's kind of like a
toddler. 2 hours later, if I put him in a crate after he'd done it, I don't think he runs. But if I ever catch him doing something that we don't want him to do, we put him in a crate.
Kind of like spanking or disciplining. I mean,
Bye, Kate.
We're not, again, we are who we are. We do discipline and spank our children when they need it. But you can't do that to like a 1 or 2 year old 5 hours after they've done something. They don't remember what they did. And so that's kind of with the dog too. We catch him in the act doing something, then we can kind of discipline him.
Yep. So,
yeah, Paula. I will say most of the people we watch, we know they're genuine and real, but we've come across channels and people that we realize are not as they seem, and that's all I'll say about that. Good night. Thank you so much for coming in.
What time is it? We've been on
67.
How long do you want to go, Cass?
I mean, you guys know me. I can talk all night.
We got 260 people in.
We got church tomorrow, and I will need to get our kids in bed.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up in about 10 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, I think we covered most of what we were
I'm going to look
thankful for in 2020.
On down a little bit.
I just want everybody, hopefully, to be able to focus on the good because, guys, we're all going to get through this year together. We know it's not been the best year, and we know there are people out there suffering right now, and we know that people are hurting. We've been able to help out with the food donations.
Yeah, that's something else we've done. If you guys saw our video a week ago, that our church on Wednesday nights are handing out food to the community and surrounding towns. Anybody that can come and get it, and so that's been really awesome to be able to do that.
What's it called? Food for Families?
Food for Families. It's a USDA thing, and we've been talking about maybe making tomato sauce, Paula. Oh, cool. Some of them are within 2 hours. But I lost my train of thought. So do we do anything with the rabbit skins? Is that what I just saw? We have not yet. Sawyer Ridge Farm bought some from us, and they tan hides and know how to tan hides, and they're hoping to do that because the silver fox were designed to their heritage breed and stop interrupting him. You must not have watched this much. This is just kind of what we do. I didn't realize I was interrupting him, but thanks to Payne family. Someone said I interrupt you. I'm sorry, Gary.
That's okay.
Enyway.
Hey, I'm used to it by now. And I still love her.
Have I got a brother? I do not. I have sisters. And
I have sisters.
Yeah.
No
so
brothers.
the Sawyer Ridge, they are going to hopefully tan the hides. They're supposed to look like black fox or silver fox, whatever. And so when hides were hard to find, they came up with the silver fox rabbits, and
To mimic an actual silver fox fur.
yeah. So they're gonna hopefully be able to tan some, and hopefully we can maybe learn from them because previously we haven't done anything yet. So.
But they
I
are,
apologize if I interrupt, Gary, but
No, you're fine. They are beautiful furs though, so we really would. The other thing is I don't really know what we would do.
I thanks so much for coming in.
Bye, Adam. I don't know what we would do with the
Yeah, I don't know. Do you sell
with the
them?
fur after we do it, but it would be fun to try. I would love
Yeah.
to see it sometime.
If that was something we ever needed on the farm or for our family or needed y'all to use them, then we would love to learn how in case we ever need
And
them.
I feel like that's the good thing about homesteading in this community is like I have
thanks, Hatcrete. I appreciate that info.
I have like tons of things that I've learned that I want to try. It's just right now with 3 kids and a busy life, trying to keep the farm going, the kids going, school projects, art projects.
Yeah.
I can't do things like there's things like with my cattle, like intensive grazing. I would love to try to do that. We have 60 acres. I feel like I could grow my herd a lot, but I don't have the time to go out and move my cattle's electric fence every single day, for, throughout the week. So then some people intensively graze like, twice a day they might move the fence. So there's things like
Hi
that
from California.
that's on our bucket list
Hello.
that I would love to see us do.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think
Maybe if the world stops again.
well, but tanning hides is one of those things. So
Yeah.
I mean, there are things like that someday I think it's going to be really awesome to get to do that, and hopefully we'll get to share that with everybody on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool. Someone made a hat out of them. That's cool.
Yeah, I think a hat. I mean, that would be especially like a warm hat for the wintertime.
Yeah.
That would be really neat. Yes, we finish each other's
Yes.
sentences. So I
Thank
don't.
you. Cindy Brown, you always leave good comments. I appreciate you.
I don't see it as interrupting either.
We finish each other's sentences, and we know what each other's about to say, which I guess is the same thing. But we just get excited,
And yeah, we have fun. Annie Ann, I got to finally try the.
Oh yeah, we've been wanting to tell you that.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you.
I was gonna come in with the tub.
I could do that right now. We finally got to find a tub of the Bluebell blackberry cobbler ice cream. And so if you guys don't know, Annie Ann's husband works at Bluebell. In
Thank
Broken
you,
Arrow.
Farm on Route 66. When we get off here, we'll send everybody your way that we can.
Yep.
So
But that is some of the best ice cream we've ever had.
Yes.
So it is. Tell them.
you had to go to a different Walmart, right?
Yeah, I had to go to a different Walmart. Tell him, good job, keep it up. Blackberry cobbler ice cream is the bomb.
We've hid it from the kids.
Yeah, we had to hide it. They have a big thing of chocolate chip that they get every once in a while.
But yeah, it was so good.
Adler Farms.
I don't want any.
Adler-
My dad was a big.
I think I'm going to stick to the shirt. No possum hides.
Hello from Texas.
For me.
He'll trade us some tomatoes for sweet corn. We got a ton of tomatoes.
I'll tell you
too,
what, Payne. Next time you're over,
$4.99. Thank you, Payne.
yeah, thanks, Payne. I've got that for that $4.99. I will give you a gallon of sweet corn, a gallon bag, because we've got several gallon bags, and I'll definitely share that with you. But we've got plenty of tomatoes, so
Yeah. Our tomato plants are like yours. They're ginormous, which you guys will see that in the video tomorrow. Ginormous, and they're just everywhere.
And they're loaded with tomatoes. So I know a lot of people was concerned about their tomato plants. You're getting all plant and no tomatoes, but my plants are big plants, but they're also loaded with tomatoes. So
Yeah.
I don't, not saying that everybody's would be like that, but mine seem to be okay whenever they're big plants.
So yeah. Any other questions before any other questions before we head out of here? The kids are gonna need to get to bed, and I try to lay everyone's clothes out the night before when we're gonna do something, and we got church tomorrow, so all those things.
Oh, Sandra Thomas, that's sweet. The same way they were married 72 years. So I hope I can make it 72 years with Cassie.
Yeah. Paula Wells, we were going to a local little country church to do the outdoor church. But our church,
Thanks, Lenny, for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks so much. Um, we our actual church started back a couple of weeks ago, and so we've been going there. Our church has been very cautious about marking off rows and not hugging, shaking hands, things like that. Just trying to be safe, just trying to be careful. And so we've been going there, and we've been able to go in person, and we've enjoyed it.
Karen, we've been married for 12 years. So
12 going on 72.
June 14th, we were celebrating our 12-year wedding anniversary. We got to go over to Pioneer Woman's Mercantile and boarding house and got to stay the night there.
Yeah.
Some time away from the kids.
That was the last time we went live was there. And we talked about Gary's bike ride a while ago when we were talking about Cherokee Nation and things like that. Gary rode the Trail of Tears bike ride, and he. Do you have that map? Oh, Rebecca's not on here. She left.
No,
Rebecca was wanting to see that map. But he rode the Trail of Tears bike ride, and that's where we learned a lot about.
And sometime in the next couple months, we'll do like a whole video dedicated to Cherokee culture, because I think somebody said that a while ago.
Terry, our sunflowers, we will kind of show them in tomorrow's video. The first ones we planted back in March,
Yeah.
April. I don't remember. That'd be April because Chad gave them to us in March. But they didn't get very tall, but they were very beautiful. And so...
Not Claire.
Yeah, good night. Thank you for coming in. We planted some more in May, and everything's running together. And they're doing a lot better. They're growing a lot tall. They're already taller than the ones that like bloomed out. So,
but nothing's getting like super tall.
We don't have a 20-footer. I'll tell you that.
Everything's getting 4 to 5, 6 foot. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll get about 6 foot tall. But this is our first year to ever grow them, so we're just happy to see.
I feel like those people in the South have an advantage somehow. Not sure what it is, like sunflower steroids or something.
Yeah, we're just happy to get some in the ground, and
the kids have loved looking at them. I think I'm interrupting you. I'm sorry.
It's really neat to see them growing, and maybe we can do something with the seeds. That's the next thing we're looking at.
Yeah.
We got some advice from some other people on YouTube.
I love sunflower seeds, like from the store. Are they as good? Yeah, Deep South Homestead.
Deep South has they're growing well.
Sunflower steroids. That's what it is.
We need some testing, genetics testing, to see if they've been impacted by illegal fertilizers.
Karen, they have been beautiful. I think we'll have sunflowers all the time.
Yeah, and good old boy, I know you mentioned your tomatoes aren't putting on. I think the fertilizer. So like if you look at fertilizer numbers like 10, 10, 10, 10, triple 10, they need more of the second one. More, not as much nitrogen, but more either potash or the other thing. So yeah, just look into the fertilizer though, because if you're not putting on enough tomatoes, that might be the reason why.
Yeah, and someone asked how many acres we have. We have 60 acres.
So 60.
Potassium. Yeah, 60.
60.
I grew up on about 300 acres. Gary grew up on about the same or more.
Yeah, about 400 with my grandpa's and our land combined.
Yeah, so we grew up on cattle farms but lots of woods too with that. But we grew up on big acreage. So when we say 60, we think, we don't have a whole lot. But then we do. We're very blessed. We have a lot of acreage, and we're blessed. And then our families have all the other acreage that we're able to hunt on and different things like that. So, yeah.
All right. Well, you want to...
Someone asked, what all animals do we have? To hit on that again, we talked about that a while ago. We have, primarily we have cattle, beef cattle. And then we have meat rabbits, quail, our feeder pigs, our chickens.
Dogs and cats.
Yep. And a bunch of kids.
And we really enjoy taking care of our animals. We try to do the best we can for them, and they give back to us, obviously, through meat and just the rewards of caring for animals. So we really enjoy taking care of our animals. So.
Yeah. So we're coming up on the 80 minute mark.
So.
And you got about 30 seconds to get those last questions in. But we could do this all night. But like I said,
Do we hunt and fish? Yes, we do hunt and fish, and
We both have our lifetime license, which Gary doesn't really need now, I guess. With the Cherokee Nation stuff, you get so many deer and things a year that they allow you to have. And yes, someone just said, great job, mods. We appreciate it. I don't know what all was happening in there,
matter.
but 256, well, we just dropped some. We have never had this many people in here, and we appreciate you guys and all the hard work you do. And we have the best mods, and we just truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And thank you, because like Paula said, our kids read the comments. We don't need no crazy.
Kid Family Farm, the daily amount of time it takes to do our chores really varies. So in the summertime, like when I don't have to feed the cows anything, it's for me and what I do with them.
Cool, the Payne family.
It's minimal.
260.
But in the wintertime, I have to bust ice out of the ponds or out of the stock tank. I have to roll out hay bales. They take more time. In the summertime, our rabbits take more time because we have to freeze water bottles and we freeze vegetables and we have to turn on fans. And so I would say it takes probably an average of an hour.
The kids are able to help too, and do stuff, so that helps. And the kids are able to help in the garden. Our very first year when we had our farm, we tried planting a ginormous garden, and the kids were babies, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, so I would say an average hour a day. Sometimes it might take an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might take 30 minutes, but it's probably going to average out about an hour a day.
And you'll see you guys have good questions, and it's some stuff you'll see in our video tomorrow. We all kind of have our deal we do. Gary takes care of primarily the garden and the cattle. I take care of the quail, the chickens, and the rabbits. And the kids help me with those things as well. And then the feeder pigs we both kind of do, and our neighbors back behind us help out with the pigs too, because they have one in there.
Yeah.
So someone asked again what animals we have.
Cows, chickens, pigs,
Quail.
and dogs, cats, and a garden.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember when I first saw Cassie on Moorhead Homestead, even back then, she just naturally, went off.
An awesome person. Just say thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Want to tell them?
Yeah. So if you guys have more questions, drop them down there in those comments. And our next video, Gary and I have said, I'm going to shut up in a second, but we really enjoy this. Just say thank you. Thank you. It goes away and I can't read it. Well, dadgum, what I was going to say. Oh, we said that we would always answer every single comment.
We tried.
We try. We're kind of getting out of hand. But if you have a thumbs up and a heart by your comment, Gary and I read it. We both pretty much read every comment. It's starting to take too much time to respond to all of them. So unless there's just really a question and things.
But if they have questions, ask them.
Yes,
we will answer.
Yes. If someone asks a question or something like that, we will for sure respond. Other things, you might just kind of get like a thumbs up or something because it's getting a little too time consuming with the kids on the farm. Yep. But we're going to get off here, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you, mods. Thank you to everyone that's supporting our channel. Yes, a heart equals response. Thank you. It took me a little bit to realize that, because I really want to respond to every comment. But we appreciate you guys. We hope you guys continue showing your support and following. And got anything to say?
Yep. Just thank you guys. We really do, again, appreciate your time that you take. We know it takes time for you to watch videos and comment. We appreciate that. We just hope that as the 2020 continues, that you guys have prosperity. We hope you stay healthy.
Yes.
And we hope
continue to find the good, because we can all stress out over the bad.
And when we say God bless at the end of our videos, we mean it. We hope God blesses each and every one of you guys, because you guys all deserve it. Great people. We've met some great people.
Yes.
And with that, thank you guys for watching.
We love you guys. We appreciate you. We're out of here.
God bless.
Oh, I didn't get it.